My sister stole my $47,000 inheritance and told the family I donated it to charity. My grandmother left the money specifically to me with a handwritten note folded inside the envelope that said, "For your future, my love." Not split between us. Not shared across grandchildren. Just me. I found out the money was gone the way you find out everything shameful in my family. By accident. My cousin pulled me aside at Easter dinner and said, "What you did was beautiful. Donating every penny. Your grandmother would have been proud." I smiled, thanked her, then locked myself in the bathroom gripping the sink because I hadn't donated a single dollar. So I called my sister Danielle that night. "Danielle, what did you tell people about grandma's money?" Silence. Then, "I don't know what you're talking about." "Yes, you do." My cousin thanked me for donating it. Another pause. Then her voice turned casual. "Look, I needed it more than you. You have a steady job. You have your life figured out. I have 3 kids and I'm behind on my mortgage. Honestly, you would have just sat on it anyway. It was for my master's degree." I told her. That was the entire purpose of that money. She sighed slowly. "It's spent. I'm not going to apologize for surviving. Family takes care of family." Then she hung up. Here's what people never understand about me. When something bad enough happens, I don't react. I go quiet. I open my laptop and start building a file. Over the next 12 days, I contacted the estate executor and requested every document tied to my grandmother's account. What came back made my stomach drop. The inheritance had been transferred out of the estate 6 weeks after the funeral using a power of attorney document. A document with my full legal name, my date of birth, my address, and my signature at the bottom. A signature I had never written in my life. I met with an estate attorney the following week. $200 for a 45-minute consultation. She told me what Danielle had done had a specific legal name. Conversion. Civil theft of inherited property. The forged document made it far worse. Then she asked how I wanted to proceed. I told her to file everything. 8 weeks later, I launched the lawsuit and told nobody. Not my mother. Not my aunts. No one. Danielle found out when a process server knocked on her front door on a Wednesday afternoon. She called me 16 times that night. I watched my phone light up on the counter and let it ring every single time. The text started after midnight. "You are destroying this family over money. Mom is falling apart. My kids are going to grow up knowing their aunt did this to us. Grandma would be disgusted with what you've become." I screenshotted every message and saved them into a folder called evidence. The next morning my mother called, then my aunt, then another aunt, then my uncle who hadn't called me in 11 years. Every single one of them said the same thing. "Drop it. She's struggling. You'll destroy the family. Let it go." But I kept going. The hearing arrived 8 weeks later. Danielle's attorney argued that I had verbally agreed to let her access the money, that I had given explicit permission. The judge looked over her glasses and asked one question. "Do you have anything in writing?" They had nothing. My attorney submitted the forged power of attorney, the bank transfer records, the original will, and a handwritten note from my grandmother. The courtroom stayed silent while the judge read every page. 14 minutes later she looked up and ordered Danielle to repay the full $47,000 plus $5,800 in legal fees and court costs. Then she referred the forged authorization to the district attorney's office for criminal review. Danielle buried her face in her hands. I picked up my bag, walked out of the courtroom, and never looked back. That evening my mother texted me, "I hope you're satisfied. You tore this family in half." The next morning I enrolled in my master's program, paid in full. I never replied to her message. I still haven't.